Amazon removed your listing and is asking for FDA 510K approval. Let's go over how to reinstate it in today's video. So I'm going to be going over this one a little bit fast, but again, this is what the removal looks like on Amazon. Now, if you scroll down, this is what the reinstatement looks like on Amazon. We recently got it reinstated for a client, and this is my team, John. He's super happy. He's like, we did it because it took a significant amount of time. So it did take 60 days for us to get the product reinstated, even with an FDA 510K number, right? Now, the average time to get it reinstated is 30 to 120 days. A lot of this is because Amazon has no idea what the heck the FDA is. They're overseas, so it just is what it is. It's just about hounding. Now, how does removal occur? So it's usually triggered by a keyword. So you have a medical device keyword in your title, in your bullet points, on your back end, or a competitor reported you. Now, FDA 510K approval is for medical devices. This means Amazon thinks your product is a medical device, just like this one right here. It's a female catheter. This is considered a medical device because it solves a medical problem. So keep that in mind. If you have any claims, if your product looks like it solves a medical issue, the instructions, the packaging, you need to be very careful on that if you don't have FDA 510K approval or are not planning to get one. So this is the FDA's actual determination on what a medical device is. And it's a little cut off here because I'm going to be explaining some products. But right here, we can see per section, a medical device is an instrument, machine, implant, right? That's recognized by the US states pharmaceuticals, intended for use in diagnosis, cure, mitigation, treatment, prevention in man's or other animals, or intended structure of any function of the body, right? So pretty much if your device solves any issues, any medical issues, pain, right? You can't hold in your pee, you keep sneezing, anything like that could be considered a medical device. So here's an example of a product that's not a medical device, right? And this is a vibrator. So the reason why this is not considered a medical device is because of the text of the listing. So they say this is for personal pleasure. Personal pleasure has nothing to do with pain or solving a disease or tracking your heart rate, things like that. So this is for personal. It's personal pleasure, right? And nothing to do with that. So they can see the text they're using and everything is good to go. Now, this one is almost the same, but instead, this one does need FDA 510K. It's considered a medical device because they put for pain relief. You put for pain relief, it's going to be a medical device by Amazon, right? They also put pelvic physical therapy for your pelvic floor. Right. So again, this one does have FDA 510K, but something that small could make the difference. So pretty much, if you make your product more of like a sexual adult pleasure personal toy, you'll be able to get away with selling it on Amazon without any medical approval. Now, it might be harder to sell the product, but you need to keep that in mind. So you have to update your packaging, your copywriter, everything needs to look like a sexual pleasure device if you want to get around the FDA 510K approval. If you can't get around it and you're like, this will never be considered a sexual device, then you do need that FDA 510K approval. You can also try to just remove all the claims and see if that works, but most of the time you might need FDA 510K approval if it's not a sex toy, right? So attempt to change your device to a sex toy. If you can't, get the 510K. And this is why sex toys aren't regulated. It's like a quick little explanation if you want to pause. Very boring. But to get FDA 510K approval, what we did with our client, they made a deal with the manufacturer in China. They paid 50%. The client paid 50%. Can't beat that. And that's going to help them get FDA 510K approval. Now, who can do it? This is the NAMSA, NAMSA. This is the company that can get you FDA 510K approval. Contact them. They are legit. Most of them have worked at the FDA. They know what they're doing. They'll contact gynecologists, hire them for you, get patients, take a survey, get all these videos, and then submit them to the FDA, and then you're pretty much going to be set. Now, it is expensive. It's $100,000 for a service like this, depending on your item. Might be cheaper, might be more expensive. Obviously, they might have a bigger quote. That's something that's a lot more expensive. Give them your budget. But with our client, we had NAMSA do most of the work, the testing, the paperwork, getting the gynecologist, getting the people testing the device. And the manufacturer was the ones that were actually getting the technical data, and the manufacturer got everything together and submitted it to the FDA. So there's a few steps that we didn't need NAMSA for. So that might be why the price was not the highest. $100,000 is still a lot of money, but sometimes you can get up to $1 million. Sometimes it could be cheaper. So just shop around and really do your due diligence and see what your manufacturer can do. If you're working with a manufacturer that has already done or already has had an FDA product, it's going to be a lot easier because they know what to do. But that is it for today's video. If you like this video, definitely drop a like. And if you're an Amazon seller, highly recommend subscribing to our channel because we're giving away great content. It's going to help you in your Amazon journey. If you want more Amazon videos, tell me what to cover next in the comments. And of course, if you need help with increasing sales, FDA approval, getting your listing reinstated, or just help selling on Amazon, contact the EHP Consulting Group. Links right in the description to contact us or schedule a call. One of our most popular services is our full account management. We'll be looking at all of your listings, making sure they don't get removed. If they do, we're going to be on it really quick, changing everything so that way you can get back on Amazon as quickly as possible, advertising, and then of course, increasing your sales so you can focus on your business. I'm Josh Hackett, CEO of EHP Consulting Group, signing out.